Hi, my name is Jess. And my name is Chloe. I'm Sassy. I'm Talia. And I'm Leah to you.
Hello, my name's Spencer.
And my name is Lorraine. I'm Anthony. I'm Darren.
And my name is Emma.
Good afternoon. You may have seen me in known productions such as Fear and Hysteria, The Wedding Singer, and this Tin Can. But remember, young thespians, it's important to stretch your horizons. I'm talking about not just doing stuff on the stage, audio, advertisements, and more importantly, film and TV acting. Now don't be fooled. Film and TV isn't the same as the theatre. There are many differences between the two, but you must remember them. When we talk about cuts, they're very different to theatre. For example, with a play, a whole scene can be cut before notice. However, with a film, you won't find out until the premiere that your scene's been cut, no matter how upsetting that may be for you. And when it comes to scenes and filming, you can start whenever you truly want to. I mean, you can film from the end if you really want to and you desire to, but you can't start a play backwards now, can you? Lives and relationships. It is important to remember that in both situations, you have... Is that a phone? Sorry. No phones on television sets, just like they are in the theatre. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Another main component of what makes theatre different to film is volume. Of course, on stage, one needs to project and speak clearly and articulate. However, on a film set, this is slightly different. Of course, you still need to speak clearly and articulate, but you don't need to project as much. You're not speaking to, well, if you're like me, masses and hundreds and thousands of people. You could just be speaking to Dave the cameraman, for crying out loud. And for goodness sake, don't shout at the poor fellow. Learned that the hard way. And don't shout the saddest part of the programme, because you're going to lose the emotion. But one may feel there's a lack of energy as there is no audience to bounce off of, but we must push through this if we want the outcome, which we do, which is a good programme or film. Another important factor to remember is film sets and TV sets are filled with intricate, high-tech microphones, so the kind of projection we use on stage isn't required here. Of course, you must speak clearly, but you can talk quieter. But it's important to remember that the camera must still hear you. It doesn't want to hear whispering over and over again. But unlike the theatre, you don't need to project as much when you're on a film. Another thing we must remember is time. You have time with your scripts and your relationships. But in the theatre, you have months to get along with your character and really build a relationship with them. This could include going on dates and them never calling you again. Anyway, on a theatre, you have months to learn the script and get into your relationship with your leading male or female. However, on a film set, you may just be invited in to do a read-through months in advance before you even start filming, and then just to meet this person you're supposed to kiss and get along with, despite how dire they might be. Anyway, the script is something you must know but like the back of your hand. On a theatre, you can be on that script for months, but as soon as the director says, you're off script, you're off script. But when it comes to film, you'll get a script the week before and you should know it by the next week. Do I make myself clear? That concludes what is different between theatre and musicales from film and television. If you'd like to purchase my book, Film and Musicale, just follow the link after the description. Now you'll get a free scarf with every purchase.
Bravo.
Brava! Are we done?
Hi everyone, it's Miley Cyrus, and for this year's Red Nose Day special, I will be telling you about some tips and techniques for on-screen acting. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to the technique of the donut. Now, not everybody in the industry will know what you're talking about if you mention a donut. However, everyone will be aware of the technique. So first of all, there is a fourth wall in on-screen acting just like there is in theatre acting. And the way you break it is actually what I'm doing right now, is looking directly into the camera. I have drawn a little diagram about the donut to help me explain to you guys exactly what it's about. So, there is a drawing of a camera, although it may not look like a camera, and you don't look directly into the camera because it breaks the fourth wall, unless you're told to do so. Instead, you look into the area around the camera, and that also makes your eyes available for the audience to see. Your eyes are very important for your audience to see them because it could tell them your intentions, your thoughts, your feelings. They're pretty much really important, so always make sure that your eyes can be seen. However, they will not be seen if you look into the area outside the donut. So that's pretty straightforward. That's the first technique I'd like to tell you about. Now, as I've already mentioned, eyes are very important in on-screen acting, and there's a few things that go with that, such as winking too much weakens you and the way your character is portrayed. Also may look a bit funny. I will show you what I mean right now. I have something to tell you. I'm Hannah Montana, and I was going to tell you sooner. I just didn't know how, and I didn't know how you'd react. I'm sorry. I have something to tell you. I'm Hannah Montana, and I was going to tell you sooner, but I didn't know how you'd react. I was scared to. I'm sorry. As you can probably tell yourself, there's quite a difference between those two. The thing about blinking on camera is just try not to do it much. It will make it appear weak and also a bit funny. Another thing about eyes on camera is find a focus point to look at within the area of the donut and stick with it. Do not let your eyes wander around and look everywhere else because the audience will lose their focus. The last thing I have to say about on-screen acting is that although it is very similar to theatre, it is also very different. You do not have to overproject, overact and be all over dramatic. You can be more subtle and more casual and more real. And my main tip is to stay focused and relaxed. And the way you can stay relaxed is know that there are no enemies on set and your friend is the camera. You're not acting to a live audience like you do in theatre, you're acting to the camera. So do not try to make people laugh because you are acting to the camera and the audience will be watching you. That is all I've got to say. If you just stay calm and relaxed and focused, you will be okay. Happy Red Nose Day, everybody!
The judges are in, the cakes are baked. It's the Great British Bake Off. Hello and welcome to the comic relief British Bake Off. I'm your host, Mary Berry.
And I'm your superior host, Paul Hollywood.
Today we're talking about what makes a good actor, what ingredients, and what's the recipe for success.
Yes. So to begin with, confidence is key. Even if you've made the shittest bake of your life, you can sell it and go, oh my god, look at this. It's marvellous. And people will believe you. Because they're stupid.
As an actor, it's important to go 110% with your idea and be confident in it. Because if you're not confident with it, then we're not going to believe you as the audience.
Yes, I agree.
And I think it's really important because people won't invest in you as a performer and therefore you won't get any more work.
Yes.
Anyway. Flexibility is a good quality to have as an actor. Flexible like a good dough, if you say, Paul.
Yes.
Too tent.
Whose idea was it to have a tent?
Anyway, flexibility. As an actor, you may be asked to go in at 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 5:30 a.m., but you must be flexible. This could include, if your director asks you to come in at 3:30 and finish at 3:30 the next day. You must be flexible. After all, if you don't move the dough doesn't move with you.
Yes.
But then when it comes to acting, if you're asked to do stuff as an actor, you must be able to do it. Be flexible with your ideas, your choices and your opinions.
Just like us. We film in the summer, and then you don't see any of us for the rest of the winter.
Unless we do comic relief.
Which is every year. But not sports relief.
No. You wouldn't catch me on a balance beam, would you, Paul?
I've caught you once or twice.
Anyway.
So steal from the best and make it your own. Or as I like to say, steal from the best and make it better than the rest.
In more of an acting perspective, this is, for example, taking ideas from people like Hitchcock or ideas from Leonardo DiCaprio, just to name a few names. But as long as you enhance it and make it your own, then it's technically your own idea.
So I've taken this mediocre cake and then added some mini eggs, and now it's extravagant. So yeah, that's how I'd explain that.
Don't play to the camera. Just react as naturally as possible. Now I think when I watch a programme and I see that they're overreacting and it's very staged, I don't want to invest in it.
EastEnders.
Oh, it's terrible. Geordie Shore.
Oh!
But, pardon me, if you think about acting, I think I want to see someone naturally crying instead of someone who's got loads of vapor rub and fake tears.
Why do you want to see people crying?
Well, if I'm watching a drama, for example. But in our tent, where it's a natural environment, you see a lot of natural reactions. For example, when Salasa's cake burnt or when Candice won. Natural reactions. If you're natural, then it's a better selling performance. It's like Stanislavski in naturalism.
Yes, I agree. So the camera's your mate. You've got to react to it. It's going to pick up everything you do. Just like you.
But you must be best friends with the camera after all. When members of your cast aren't in set that day, that might be the only person who you're talking to. You would think that you're talking to, for example, you're Lothario in it, but you're just talking to David Cameron.
Yes.
And you look at things like the donut, which is featured in other elements of the programme today. I think it's Jennifer Aniston.
Taking direction. You have to be able to take direction from either the director, members of the cast.
Superior members of the cast.
Yeah, of course not the extras.
Can you imagine?
Right, so to demonstrate, Mary,
Yes?
he's over there,
Why?
demonstrating. So then the camera focuses on the good parts of the show.
Can I come back now?
Give it a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So that's taking direction. You have to be as compliant as possible. Do anything that the director says, even kissing your co-worker.
You might be asked to grow a moustache.
Or have silver hair.
Natural, isn't it? Or it links to being flexible, wouldn't you say?
Yes. You're very flexible, Mary, aren't you? And going on that, never say no.
No.
No, never say no.
Always say yes. It comes down to listening and being flexible once again, but you must always say yes to your director. Yes, I'll come in at 3:30. Yes, I'll go to Channel 4.
Just had to get that in there, didn't you? Just had to. So yes. Never say no. Always say yes.
A happy set is a healthy set. And I think when you're, for example, having a relationship with someone on screen, it's important that we believe it.
Yes. Another thing to do is play by your strengths. So if you're a comedy actor, then apply for a comedy role, because there's no point. We're not going to believe you if you go for a drama
You're
role.
more likely to get the part. Whereas if you're someone who's good at crying and screaming, and just being a general diva like poor Hollywood, then you go for a part fitting that description. It also applies on screen as if your director asks you to change up the role. Do it to your strengths, because then you are enhancing your performance, but also doing it to your standards.
Or, if you're just a general liar, then you can apply for Mary Berry's role on Channel 4's Great British Bake Off.
Anyway, the final one says that acting is reacting. A lot of television-based acting is done, I'd say, through improvisation and getting the reactions. Would you agree, Paul?
I agree.
And I think that it's important to know how to react. However, if they're not believable, then we're not going to believe it. For example, let us demonstrate. Let us do a little bit of an improvisation for you. Paul, would you like to try this lovely cupcake?
I'd love to. Oh, looks lovely.
Thanks.
Yum.
And now, Paul, would you like to try this cupcake? I burnt it a little bit and it looks a bit like I've got some dog poo on it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'd love to. Why would you do that? Cut the camera! Cut the camera! Subtlety is key whenever you're reacting to something like that. The camera's going to pick up everything you do anyway, so just react as naturally, subtly as possible.
We're not going to believe it, we're going to oversell it.
Yeah.
And then again, other directors won't want to hire you because you'll be known as being a stagey.
Right, so that concludes the acting part, and now let's go on to the baking part.
To make these actors' cupcakes, demonstrated in front, you will need one bowl.
And then a cheap bottle of vodka. Just a little, just a shot. You don't want too much in there because it just gets a bit too much alcohol. Just a shot, remember? Just a small little bit.
Mary-sized shot.
A Mary size. You want to make sure you get just a little bit in.
And then if you want to decorate it, you need to put some mini eggs on it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And then one final touch.
And then one top class actor to finish it all off. We'll let you decide who that is.
Where'd you get the leg? Oh. You good? Cut! So where did method acting come from?
I guess you could start with a guy named Konstantin Stanislavski. He was a theatre practitioner in Russia around late 1800s to mid 1900s. He taught that actors should really live in their role, really know the character like the back of their hands, and he dealt a lot with realism in his work. After that, I guess you go to the late 1940s. A guy named Lee Strasberg used Stanislavski's system and created the method, which he taught at the Actors Studio in New York. He then taught method to several generations of film and theatre's most well-known talents such as Marlon Brando, Marilyn Monroe, Paul Newman,
Robert De Niro, and the list goes on.
So, what is method acting?
Method acting is when an actor will take what they do for their role to another level. So they'll find some form of emotional identification with what their character's doing, or they'll have an experience or create an experience to then further how they can boost their performance as that character. Kind of draws from part of Stanislavski's system, known as emotional memory, where an actor would take a past experience and take the emotions from that and bring them into their performance.
So, what are your favourite examples of method acting?
First one that comes to mind is Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He actually stayed in the ward that the film was shot in, and he would, on a daily basis, interact with the patients and take part in things like group therapies, things like that. Daniel Day-Lewis in The Crucible, he actually lived on the set, which was a replica of a colonial village, and he built the house that his character in the film would then live in. Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, he, for a month, stayed in his hotel room and created this very intense and immersive diary about a load of research that he had done on the Joker and any information that he thought would help him become that character. And his performance in The Dark Knight was known as one of the greatest performances in film.
Any final thoughts?
If you get into acting, be expected to do method acting. Other than that, if all else fails, just remember the 6 Ps. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. We done.
Hi guys, my name's Diego, and this is my life. No, that's not me. This is me. Hi guys, my name's Diego, and today I'll be talking to you about camera angles. G'day mate, and welcome to today's news with Diego, Juan, Giovanni, Dimitri, New York, Cheeseburger, LeBron James, P500, Dr. Pepper, Jefferson. And today, my friend Diego will be telling you the news. Take it away, Diego. My friend Diego just told you about his name in a close-up shot. Very well used, Diego. Today I'll be telling you about the weather. So, over in Mexico, there will be a wall, unfortunately, made out of tacos. If you didn't know that already, it's gonna be made out of tacos, dude. I don't mind that wall. I like tacos, dude. And down here we've got plenty of taco shells, but no taco insides. Up here we got the lettuce, but no cheese, so we can't make the taco. And up here we got the minced meat, the chili, you know, the good stuff. Right here, dude. And that's the weather forecast for today, guys. Thank you, Diego. Back to me, Diego. Today I'll be talking to you about sports. And last night's game was brilliant. Well done, LeBron James. He's my uncle, LeBron. I love you, LeBron James, LeBron. And the game went really well, and so the shot you just saw in Diego's shot was an eye level shot, which is used in most films because it's a normal shot, like you can see everything, dude, you can see everything. Thank you. So today is the match with LeBron James, my favorite, Curry, and I think they said that David Beckham will be in the audience. What a great guy, great guy. Thanks guys. Now back over to Diego with news. Hello guys, and welcome back to News with Diego. Thank you, Diego. He just used a high angle. This is sometimes used to show a subject is smaller, less powerful. Diego is less powerful, he's strong and handsome, you know, looks like me a bit, but you know. News. The new film coming out by Diego called Harry Potter and the Rise of Diego, coming out soon to your faces. It uses many different angles to show many different things. I've not quite watched it yet, although I do star in it. I did make it, I read it, I read the theme tune, I sung the theme tune, I danced in the theme tune. I was the backup dancers in the theme song, you know. But there's lots of angles, like a low angle to show like how powerful Diego is and how strong and muscular Diego is, you know. And there's a bird's eye view for when Diego is on the floor, and it just shows how small Diego is. But it also shows like helicopters. There might be helicopters in the film, guys. Watch out for that helicopter, you know. And there's also slanted angles. Slanted angles can be like, you know, when a dog is confused and it's like, what do you mean, Diego? I don't know what you mean, Diego. I don't know. But it also could be like a spy to the peephole. There might be a spy in my film. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so that is the main news of today in Mexico. Nothing really else is going on in Mexico. So hope you guys enjoy my movie. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm now gonna go give out my number to, you know, some ladies. You know, if you got blonde hair, blue eyes, a dimple on your left cheek, a mole on your nose, you know, Abigail, I just want you back, baby. And I'm now gonna go and mow the lawn with my brothers Juan and Shiriani and Dimitri and Diego and, you know, Diego and Bella. Thank you guys. Tune in tomorrow with new news with Diego.
G'day, I'm Steve Irwin, and today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of hitting your mark in film and TV. Within the acting industry, you'll often hear the term hitting your mark. Now, a mark is a predetermined spot on the floor that is usually marked out with a piece of tape and is there so that the lights, camera and sound can all work in combination for your performance. Marks are used all the time in film and TV. For example, camera tape can be used to mark the positions of moving cameras, the points of focus over various distances, and people's positions in shot and in frame. Now, the camera and the lighting will both be focused on this particular place, generally on the subject, in order to make them look as good and as sharp as possible, or to achieve whatever the purpose is that the director has decided on. Often when in tight framing, such as a close-up or extreme close-up, all movement must be kept to a minimum. Now, your director will often tell you when you're in this type of framing and communicate with you the necessity of remaining as still as possible once you walk, run or lean into frame. Now, you see, any excessive movement of the head or shoulders can cause you to move in and out of frame or focus. Oh, you've got an example you want me to narrate? Yeah, of course. Let me guess, it's a crocodile. No? Well, why not? Because I'm Australia's crocodile hunter? I mean, why else would I be here? What's it for? It's just for acting. Well, surely you can just have one This is freaking ridiculous. No, I came all the way out here just to help you guys. I mean, crikey. Can't you just help a guy out? I mean, straight, this is my job here. I mean, my reputation is on the line. What the heck?
Here we have actor Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, and not a crocodile. That wasn't in the budget, even though I specifically said that. Anyway, he is in a close-up and is moving far too much, and you can see that he is drifting in and out of frame, therefore making the shot unusable. Take 2 of the same close-up shot. Mr. Deep has reduced his amount of movement significantly, which refrains him from drifting in and out of frame, making this a successful take. Junie is now in an extreme close-up, which isn't used as much in film and TV. However, it is now imperative to remain as still as possible while still acting in the scene as normal. In this particular take, we can see that Mr. Deep is once again moving far too much and drastically moving in and out of frame. Which is exactly why a crocodile would have been so much better for this, and I don't understand why no one would... Take 2 of the extreme close-up is definitely some of Mr. Deep's best work, as the amount of movement has been reduced to a much more subtle and minimal amount, making this another successful take and a great example of an extreme close-up. Mr. Deep is approaching his mark, and oh, he looked down, dead giveaway. Let's try this again. He is approaching his mark without looking this time, and he has completely missed it, making him out of frame and shot. And the final time, he has made perfect reference and nails it, hitting his mark perfectly. So there you have it, kids. You now know all there is to know about hitting your mark in film and TV. Crikey!
You fucking bitch! Why the fuck are we camping in a tent right now? Like, stop cutting trees!